Previously on Roleplay Radio.
Let's say, for argument's sake, that your theories are correct, Quintorius. Do you truly expect our faculty to face an Oriq? Or, God forbid, a mage hunter, all alone? No, you don't mean it. Students? Mistake. Professor Mavinda Sharpbeak, nice to meet you.
You as well. How's your wing?
Oh, not great, darling. Not to worry. Professor Lang, one of our most esteemed professors, patched it up with a bit of eldritch balm. It should be fine in a matter of days. What are you doing here?
Well, research. Also, I work here.
What are you doing research on? Because this side of the scriptoria has very specific information.
Then I'm doing research on very specific information.
Why?
I have some concerns about a certain professor who's been injured, and that injury is getting worse.
The owl has very good hearing. Okay. In the book, on the right-hand corner, he wrote the word Oriq.
Good afternoon, my name is Kos Silvertrove. I would like to apply to be a stagehand.
As a stagehand, what do you want to bring to the Performing Arts Society?
I honestly don't entirely know. That's part of why I want to be a stagehand, because I can do a lot of things. I kind of want to learn more about what I can do with them. Like, I can paint, I can sing, I can play, I can dance a little bit, and I really like watching other people perform, so...
What were you doing here? Are you related to the turtles who lived here? They are being questioned because they are suspects in something that's happening in the school. You might have heard. Somebody must have told them that these two turtles are what brought the Eldritch Balm.
Do you think this is because I told them it was me?
You guys learned a few things this weekend. Is there anything that you want to do about it pretty immediately?
Shelley, the next morning, just go straight to the captain.
Oh. Okay. You just go up to her manor and knock on the door?
Yep.
The first thing you hear is clockwork. You go alone?
Yeah, Shelley leaves like early in the morning.
How early did Shelley get up so that they could walk down all those stairs first?
4 a.m. They got down the stairs by 4:30 and probably there by about 5:30.
The door opens and the first face you see is a robotic one. This bronze face with slits that are glowing and looking right at you. This clockwork servant differs from the other ones in that they are wearing a blazer. And the blazer, there's a name tag that just says the Earl.
Fancy boy. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like your outfit.
Thank you. Can I help you?
Oh yeah, my parents were arrested and I wanted to ask about that.
What is thy name, student?
Oh, Shelley Shell?
There's a moment where you hear gears winding in his head and he goes, Shelley Shell, first year at the Croc Tower. Is this correct?
Yeah. Did you know that Croc means unlucky? I feel like it's pretty unlucky my parents got arrested.
He doesn't respond, he just turns right around and says, follow me, and welcomes you into the manor. You've been here before once, but literally you just went in and went straight to the study where you were going to be interrogated. He leads you down that same hall, and you're at least able to see the rest of it. There's a beautiful dining hall to your right. Down the hall is like where the kitchens are, and you see stairs leading up. He comes back with a form that's several pages long. Fill out the areas for the visitation. You will hear back from us shortly.
How shortly? I have class in an hour or 2, or 3.
The waiting period is usually 2 to 3 business days.
Oh, can I speak to the captain today?
The captain is asleep.
Oh. What time do they wake up?
She wakes up promptly at 6 in the morning.
Oh, I'll wait.
I do not understand.
Oh, that's only in 30 minutes. I'll just wait for them.
That is technically not allowed. I will allow it once.
Thank you.
He rolls back over to the front door and closes it because I assume you left it open.
Yes.
Is it learning if it says it'll allow it once? Uh-oh.
They are allowed to interpret rules.
Uh-oh.
We'll come right back to you. What's everybody else doing that morning?
Probably asleep at this point.
Alright.
Mercedes gonna take the note out of the book that she needs to return to Professor Galvan and discard it, write a new one with a new location,
Okay.
and put that in. Originally, she was going to lead him to a particular location in the Scriptoria. But after encountering him in the Scriptoria, now she's like, that might not actually be a good location. And he did mention he would follow up with her, potentially like in Croc Tower, and she's iffy on that, especially reading about the Oriq.
Yep.
So, I would like her to kind of have found maybe not necessarily a secret spot, but somewhere that's a little out of the way.
Lorehold has a hall, a grand building full of lecture halls, but it also, in like the lobby of this building, is a bunch of Strixhaven alumni, professors from past centuries. It is literally called the Burning Hammer Hall. And at the center of this hall, in this lobby, there is Yozik and Deendra Burning Hammer, the first two that allied with the Elder Dragons and all that. If you go up, there's a clock tower that's technically not out of bounds for students. You can keep going higher, but nobody does. So that's one option. And
I like that one.
yeah, cool.
So yeah, she's going to just tuck that inside the book and mention like when she returns the book to him. There's one particular part that I really enjoyed. I marked it if you want to take a look.
Great, yeah. What
But-
did you think of the book?
It was fascinating.
Yeah? I'm glad you think so. What was your favorite part? My favorite part was when she mugged 5 people at the same time because they were going to mug someone else. I mean, that just... the gall that takes. I would never.
No, that's more than I've done as well.
Well, if you want the second volume,
There's more.
there are 12.
Alright. That's a lot more.
I only own 1 through 6, but I am getting my hands on the rest. He reaches into a drawer and pulls out volume 2.
So he tries to not look too excited when taking it.
Right, well, there's a heist in this one. Sorry, spoilers.
I don't know that counts as a spoiler exactly.
Great, I'll see you in class. And then he like opens the note as you're heading out. About 30 minutes later, you hear the wood creaking upstairs. Footsteps.
Shelley's like sitting on the floor right now.
You see the Earl doing all sorts of chores, from dusting to washing dishes down the hall in the kitchens. He never stops. He's
Shelley will offer to help during those 30 minutes.
He is a bit thrown off by that. It's like, that is not your job. Why do you do it?
I didn't bring my books, so I can't study.
There are books on the shelf. You can read.
No, I mean, honestly, I'm a little stressed about my parents, so just, I just feel like it'd be some way to, like a nice way to pass the time.
He hands you a duster.
Shelley takes it and struggles to hold it.
It's very difficult to tell what the Earl's thinking because he has no expressions. In fact, I don't even think he has a mouth. It's just a speaker box that he's just talking out of. And sure enough, that within 10 minutes, you hear the captain descending the stairs. She wasn't expecting visits, especially not at 6 in the morning. So she's wearing a robe and slippers. And somehow still looks elegant as fuck. She has a cup of tea in her hand, and the way I envision this happening is she just says, "Good morning, Earl," and then she sees something from the corner of her eye and then walks back and looks right at you, dusting. "Can I help you?"
Oh, hi, Captain.
What are you doing in my home?
Oh, I went to visit my parents yesterday, and they were arrested apparently. So I figured since we've talked before, I could come ask. Sorry for coming so early. I have class. I've been helping the dapper Earl while I waited.
I did not ask, Captain. It was volunteered. Leave us alone, Earl.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It is a pleasure to be of service. And he leaves. The captain closes the door. I would offer you some tea, but I was not expecting company, so I just make the one cup.
Oh, it's okay. I only drink alcohol anyways.
That's concerning.
Oh, I mean like special drinks. I also drink water.
Good. Good. You know, if you wish to see your parents, first of all, you need to fill out the proper paperwork. I believe the Earl is programmed to tell you that.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you first.
And what is it you have to say?
Why? I thought I was the suspect.
I mean no offense, Miss Shell, or Mr. Shell.
Neither. You can call me Shelley.
Shelley. I mean no offense, but you do not strike me as the criminal mastermind. I meant no offense. I said that. I led with that.
Therefore, I am absolved from all pain I might cause.
I can be pretty evil.
Name one evil thing you've done in your life in 5 seconds.
I have a wet towel.
Don't we all?
Shelley pulls out the wet towel.
I don't want to see it, thank you. Put that away.
It's pretty evil.
Put it away.
It makes
Chris
people
Wright, he's
uncomfortable.
Shelley,
Shelley puts it away.
you did something I was not expecting the other night. You took the blame for your friends. I know what that looks like when I see it.
But maybe you're right.
Maybe I'm right. That's exactly what I thought.
But then you arrested my parents. They don't even have anything to do with this.
Because the more I thought about it, the more I wondered, well, perhaps Shelley is not to blame, but perhaps Shelley doesn't know that I had my suspicions, and I brought in your parents for questioning, and I found out something very peculiar, something you're not allowed to know, because you're a student. And this is grown-up business. Do you understand that?
I mean, all I know is that my parents, they refused to let me go to school anywhere else. So, if they were gonna do something to this school, why would they even wait until I went to school? That seems just fucking stupid.
Watch your language in my home, please.
What did I say?
You just used foul language in my home.
Oh. Sorry?
That's all right. She takes a little bit of pity on you, not too much, but she says, your mother's not under arrest. Your mother is free to go. However, she refuses to. Your father? Well, he's got a very interesting mind, Shelley. A very forgetful mind. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. He's
even less criminal mastermind than me.
Oh, right, yeah. He's very forgetful. He's very, what's the word? Airheaded?
Debilitated, maybe?
Correct. Which
what?
makes him an easy target for someone to take advantage of. Now, that is, I've already said too much, but have you ever heard of detect thoughts?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Well, unfortunately, your father might have done some things that even he might no longer be aware of. But the spell never lies. I am conflicted about this myself, given his condition, but if he is the target, we need to keep him protected. He is with the Dragon's God for his own good.
So he's not in jail, he's just visiting? Like in Monopoly?
He is...
I mean, Dragopoly?
He is being closely watched. Now, If you wish to see him, I will allow it.
Okay.
Once. After that,
I have to do the paperwork.
we can forego the paperwork today.
Okay.
As a means to show you that I'm not doing this out of cruelty. I'm doing this because whoever is causing the things that are happening around campus might be using your father as a way to achieve that. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Great. May I ask you to leave now?
Wait, you're not gonna go visit them?
You have class, and I have things to prepare for. Now we can go after school, if you wish.
Shelley's gonna try and persuade.
Okay.
18.
Big sad turtle eyes.
Yeah, Shelley's gonna make the big sad turtle eyes and like put their hands kind of like up like a T-Rex would. and kind of just be like, "Are you sure I can't see them now?"
She mutters something, and I think you probably hear it. She's like, "You are insufferable." Earl. And Earl comes right back. It's like,
Yes, Captain.
will you escort Shelley Shell to the Dragon's Guard base? They are allowed to see their parents once for 30 minutes. No more, no less. Actually, no more. Preferably less.
Just sit there for the whole 30 minutes.
Is that all?
Thank you, I think.
I think it goes without saying, you should not speak a word of what I said to you this morning.
I don't even know who I'd say it to.
Good.
Except for maybe my parents now, but I feel like they probably already know.
That's fine.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay, bye. Shelley, like, bows.
Alright, so Gary would make scones because he is trying to catch Griff on his way to class.
And if there are scones, then he would get up in that cartoon way where the scent goes into his nose. Picks him up.
It twitches first, and then you're like, oh, what?
Griff, do you want a scone?
He looks at it suspiciously. Yes. Yes.
Okay, great.
So he takes it.
So, the first day of orientation, you had what looked like 2 sending stones on your ears?
I lit my headphones.
Yes. Can I see them?
They're around his neck. So he's just gonna hold them like high, like you just when someone's like take them off their ear, but they're not on his ear, they're on his neck.
Can I see them for an extended period of time?
Ooh, why?
I think I might be able to recreate them.
Like make more?
Yeah, but probably only temporarily, not like a permanent one like that.
And if you don't do this successfully, what happens to them?
I mean, hopefully nothing, but no promises? Have you tried the scone?
If you break them, you have to make me scones every day. For 6 months.
Do they have to be scones, or can it just be breakfast?
Yes, breakfast.
Alright, deal.
Cost. Anything you want to do before classes and stuff?
I guess get a scone.
Okay. I like to think there's a mailbox at every tower, so that every now and then someone gets a letter, this is where they put it. You don't get a ton of mail, it's not like you get junk mail here, because fuck junk mail, and in this universe there is no junk mail.
We can invent it. It's fine.
Yeah. But every now and then, one of your roommates that grabs the mail and puts it on the table if it doesn't belong to them. You see one that belongs to you, and it is a summons from Professor Zaphi to see him at your earliest convenience, preferably before your next shift. You also see an invitation to a gala that has the Burning Hammer logo on it.
logo,
Is
because
it-
they're a business.
It has Griff's name on it, like on the envelope. In fact, it might even say Griffin Burning Hammer and Entourage.
An entourage.
Okay.
That's derogatory.
Koss is going
That's
to
a weird way to spell F Squad.
Koss is going to pocket that invitation.
Okay, alright.
Not to keep it secret, trust me.
To make it very public.
But otherwise, they will plan to drop by Professor Zephai's office after classes.
Cool. I'm not gonna dwell on the classes too much because I want to speed up time a little. Once Professor Mirsha reviewed all of the ages, you start from the beginning and you study them more in depth. So you're right now currently in the Dawning Age. Nothing about civilization at all. It's all very theoretical. And as he's talking about the snarls and the archaics, which are the only remnants of that age, Lalo the monkey is writing stuff on the board, echoing him. Like there's a timeline, and Lalo the monkey is just writing stuff as he's.
Can he be writing with his feet too? Because they're like hands.
His feet, his tail. And Professor Mirsha is definitely he brought the book this time. In fact, after that first day, he has the book with him, and he looks a lot more confident as he's speaking, not improvising so much.
So all I wanted for this first class is that I think this time Gary sat near the back of the lecture hall because he's still trying to figure out Griff's sending stones during class. So I was hoping I could roll a stealth to see how sneaky he was about it,
Sure.
and also another Tinkerer's Tools to see if he breaks them yet.
Sure,
Thank you.
do it.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's a 14 on attempting to break them, which I feel like doesn't quite break them yet. I don't know. When do they break?
Trying to break Griff's sending stuff.
Because it's funnier that way.
So hang on.
So it's a 14 on trying to be stealthy in the back.
Okay, and then
And then it's another 14 on not breaking the sending stones.
okay.
So is it the lower the roll, the better?
No, you're
Well, it would
trying
be-
not to break them, and then you're seeing if you. roll
Except
low.
Nikki wants to break them. Gary doesn't want to break
Yeah.
them.
So
you
Nikki
know?
wants to roll low.
Tyler doesn't like what Nick
Tyler regrets this.
You're very, very stealthy as you're working on the sending stone, and you got the screwdriver, and then you try to put too much force on it, and the screwdriver just goes flying somewhere, but nobody knows it was you. It hits Ricard in the head.
Ow!
The monkey notices you, but doesn't say anything. Good
Alright.
boy.
That's all I wanted to do for class.
Okay.
Koss is going to sit next to Griff, almost bouncing but not quite. They will pull their chair up a little bit closer and just whisper to Griff during class, Hey, Griff, do you mind if I show you something?
He's still eating scones.
Yeah.
So, I know this might be a bit of an imposition, but I found this, and Koss is going to take the invitation and kind of hiding with their hands, which are particularly big at the current moment, in order to hide the invitation better, and show it to Griff. So I know that it's your name on the invite, but I was wondering if you could add me to the entourage, because I really want to go to a gala.
So Griff knows exactly what that envelope is. He would help lick the envelopes when he was younger. He would hide from the parties when they were thrown earlier, and he really does not want to go. I don't. If I go, yes, sure.
Great, thank you. What do you mean if you go?
Oh, if I go, I might not go.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You probably go to a lot of these, don't you?
Everyone.
If you don't go, could I go in your place?
He's very intrigued by that idea.
I won't tell anybody. It just seems really fancy, and I haven't been to such a big house.
I'm not gonna commit to that, fraud, at this moment, but, it's a definite maybe, with you on the list for number 1.
Thanks. Here, you can take it, by the way.
Thanks.
So, Shelley, you are escorted by the Earl to the Dragon's Guard base. It is very similar to the student towers in that there are several towers where the Dragon's Guard live. The only difference is that instead of a beautiful courtyard with a fountain in the middle, there are training grounds with, training dummies and archery targets. And there are Dragon's Guard recruits practicing, and you see Rampart there at work.
Are we walking past them?
You are.
Shelley's gonna is the guard who was standing with us when we were being interrogated there?
Sergeant Stopoulos?
Yeah.
You don't see him immediately.
Okay. I'm gonna look for him.
Okay.
I got a 17 plus 1. 18.
Through a window, you see the sergeant's face, and he's inside writing something down.
Shelley's gonna go knock on the window.
He looks up and
Shelley's just waving.
his eyes widen. And he knows what you're here for. But the Earl is literally leading you to the door.
Oh, the same door?
You're knocking on the window and the Earl's 10 feet away, this way.
Shelley's like, oh, we're going in here? I know him.
Excellent. The sergeant's already ready to meet you by the time you get in. He gets up from his desk and is just very confused. Could I help you?
Oh, I just saw everybody training outside. I just, and Shelley takes out their warhammer. Can I train with them? I'm not that good at this thing. I just kind of go smash, smash.
Do you wish to be a recruit, a junior cadet for the Dragon's Guard? I'm quite confused.
Do you guys feed us?
Sometimes, yes.
I currently...
You would get paid for it.
No way!
You would only have time for one extracurricular, probably, but you can sign up.
Oh no.
Do you wish... I'm sorry, what is that all you're here for?
Oh, no, my parents were arrested. I'm visiting them.
And there it is. Ooh, okay. Have you filled out the paperwork? The Earl walks around you, and he's short enough that you were completely blocking him. And then Sergeant Stopoulos sees him oh, they got them here. No, Sergeant. The captain allowed one visit for Shelley Shell to see their father.
And Mom.
Your mother is out back flowering our garden. It's never looked so beautiful, may I say.
Oh, well, she can come with me then.
Alright.
Or I can see her after. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. He takes out a set of keys and he goes over to a door, unlocks it, and says, I'll get your mother for you, and your father's in there. Go right ahead.
Okay. Shelley
of course,
goes...
the Earl has to supervise, but...
Oh, that's fine. Shelley goes right on ahead.
Your father is in a very fancy cell. This is not really a prison. It's not meant to be a prison. It's a university. So there are only 3 cells in this room. 2 of which look very rustic, and it's just a bedspread inside of a cell. But there's one that looks very nice. It's a nice bed. There's a bookshelf. There's a nightstand.
It's for the political prisoners.
All you need.
Your father's sitting there staring at this book, but it's upside down.
But so are his glasses. So
And the moment you walk in, he goes, Shelley!
Dad!
Shelley!
Dad, I go to school and you get arrested? What's going on?
My child! And he reaches his stumps through the bars, but they're too big.
And I reach my stumps up against the bars as well.
My child, you've grown so much.
You've gotten worse, I see. Okay.
Why, you must hit puberty now. You, 13?
I'm 19 now.
You know, I never slept in a bed so comfortable before. This is wonderful.
Yeah, no.
And the stew is so much better than your mother's. Shh.
Her stew sucked.
I've been eating the same stew for 27 years. Never said anything.
Shelley's gonna pat one of the fingers poking through and be like, are you coming back, Dad? How old am I?
17?
Okay, that's better. I go to college now,
So young! Oh, you must be a prodigy.
Yeah.
Shelley, I think it's about time I teach you about the fairies and the dragonflies.
No.
It is
No, not
time we
again.
have that talk.
Dad, you
When
know
a person and another person love each other very much. What?
you know you're in prison right now, right?
Oh, why? What did I do?
I don't know. Do you know if you did anything in the last 20 years?
I did many things in the last 20 years.
Anything to end you up in prison?
I stole a loaf of bread once.
Oh no, it must be that.
Why am I here?
I don't know, Dad. But you're doing okay though. You said the bed's comfy and the food's good.
Yes. I've been reading all about this rival person that went on heists and fought crime. It is wonderful. The
Wow.
pictures are beautiful. We don't have this in the swamps.
I've been reading about integrals.
Oh.
I don't know how to do them.
Oh. Right around now, the door opens and your mother walks in. The sergeant's there, just kind of very awkward, like, how much longer will it be?
The captain said that I have half an hour, no more, no less.
Okay, that's a strange. Okay, sure. That means you've about 22 minutes left. Great.
She also I'm gonna leave early if I want to because I have class.
Great. That's probably smart and responsible. Yeah.
Okay.
Closes the door. Your mother runs right up to you like Shelley and
Mom.
hugs you.
Mom, what are you doing here? I did the dishes at home.
Oh, Shelley, so much has happened in the last 10, 11 days.
What? So you're okay though?
Oh, I'm fine.
Is Dad okay?
Well, I don't know.
He seems like he's doing a lot worse than he was last time I saw him.
Yes,
Do you think it's because he's in a new environment, he kind of just forgot?
You know he's been forgetful for the last year or so, but yeah, he's been getting a lot worse, that's true. Apparently, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but the captain thinks that someone might have taken advantage of your father's... What's the word that she used? Empty-headedness? Something like that?
Yeah, that's what she told me too. She said I can't talk about it with anybody except for you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know either.
She didn't tell you anything else?
No, And then your father immediately goes, "Hi, I wonder when my acquaintance will return. Have you ever had an acquaintance, Shelley? It's like a friend, but you don't have to keep in touch with them."
Yeah. I have a few of those at school now.
You made friends, Shelley?
No.
Tell me
well,
more.
I did. But you first. If you tell me about your acquaintance, then I might be open to sharing. You know me, I can be stubborn.
Your mom's like, "Oh, Shelley, your father has been..."
Shelley's
speaking
gonna like
nonsense."
whisper, like gonna put their hand up to the mom's mouth and go, "Shh."
Oh, that's very disrespectful, but okay. I'll go stand with the robot.
No, stay here. Just listen.
I'm very confused as to what you want me to do.
Just listen with me.
Okay.
Dad, go ahead.
Huh?
Your acquaintance?
What acquaintance?
The motherfucker!
Which is really just saying him.
Yep.
Shelley, it's so good to see you, but
No.
it's
You
time
said
for my morning
you
nap.
said you had an acquaintance.
Uh,
Mom, he has an acquaintance that's taking advantage of him. What do we do?
I do hope that you have a good time in school, Shelley. You are my only child, and I'm very proud of you.
What about Ricard?
Who is Ricard? Is he the one with the mask?
I just yes, he's the one with the mask. Tell me more.
And he falls asleep.
Fuck, Mom, I fucked up again. Have you met this man with the mask, Mom?
That's the first I ever hear of any person with a mask.
Okay, well, tell me, did they ask you to search the forest for an egg?
You know about that?
Yeah, that's why I went to the forest. I was gonna come tell you to stop.
Oh, thank goodness. Shelley. Yeah. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of my friends that are down there. You know, your auntie...
Shalandra.
Your auntie Shalandra and your uncle Scheller. And, you know, they're still out there searching. And if what I hear about this creature is correct, well, if they get hurt by it or scrape themselves, it's very difficult to cure those wounds.
And they made you look for it.
Yeah.
And then they arrested you.
Yeah.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah. They did offer us a lot of more money for it, but for the risk and the hazard... oh, honey, I've been thinking about leaving the swamps. So has your father, but, well, he's tied to this place in more ways than one, and one of those ways is that he doesn't like new environments. Except for this, for some reason. He seems to be doing okay here. How would you feel if we left the swamps?
I mean, do you think they'd still pay for my schooling?
I don't know.
Okay, well then maybe let's keep that between us. Hey, okay. Earl, you're not gonna tell anyone, right?
His eyes were turned off. So the moment you address him, he comes back to life and he's just like, sorry, what was that?
You're recording our conversation, right?
No.
Oh.
Privacy is sacred.
Oh, okay, thanks, Earl.
You're welcome.
Just don't go back for now. But yes, we can move. Have you heard of Oceana?
No.
We should go there. It's like, a little, like, village by the sea.
That sounds lovely, dear.
I learned about it in my class.
Oh. How are they treating you? Is everything going well?
I keep getting attacked.
That's concerning.
It's okay, I've been killing everything attacking me.
That's more concerning. Who have you killed, Shelley?
I killed a broom and a chest.
Oh dear, okay. Please tell me you're going to try to stay out of trouble.
I'm trying, but you see, I just keep getting attacked by inanimate objects. It's not just me also, it's all of my friends.
Oh dear. Maybe we should leave sooner rather than later.
Well, if I see anybody with a mask, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill them.
Oh, please don't. Please.
But I'm gonna question them though.
Okay. Sure, honey. Good luck. I will be here, so will your father for the time being.
Yeah, you're not in a cell, you're just taking care of the gardens, I heard.
Oh, honey, your father and I haven't been apart in 27 years. I will not start today.
No, that's fine. It means I can come visit whenever.
Yeah. Did I hear the sergeant correctly? Are you gonna join the Dragon's Guard as a junior cadet?
Well, they're charging me 2 gold per week for food. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I was worried about that. Well, I trust that you can take care of yourself. We would offer to help you, but, well, all I have is stew. I do have stew. Would you like to take some with you?
Yes, please.
Okay, she packs you a cauldron to go, like a mini cauldron to go for stew.
That's adorable. Like a trick-or-treat bucket.
Yeah.
Soup.
With, like, film over in a rubber band.
Oh.
Shelley says to Earl, okay, Earl, I think it's time for me to go to class.
Very well. I trust you can walk yourself.
Yeah,
It is a pleasure to be of service.
Pleasure to be of service to you, too.
And he does this little, like, salute and then turns around and leaves.
Oh, before you go, will you tell the captain, that I'm gonna join her guard?
She will be honored to hear that.
Shelley goes to the sergeant as well and says, I'm in.
Mistake, did you have your hand up?
Well, it was at the end of this class is when she hands the book back.
Oh, okay.
Just to clarify that timing. And She wants to talk to Professor Lang at the end of that class.
All right. So all of you are there. Shelley's there too.
I would for Lang, I would want him to be always on time, if not early to her class, and he always sits in the same seat right up front every single time, spiteful.
Just a spider.
Just a spider.
So this class is actually, you start off, much like in History of Magic, there's a curriculum for this class that starts small or starts simple, starts with something familiar. For this one, it is native beasts of Arcavios. So it's a lot of beasts you've heard of. Today, she brings in the head of an owlbear. And she, asks the students to take turns, coming in and, help dissect it as she's kind of guiding you through it. And we will take this beast and dissect it limb by limb until you know every inch and every part of it. As far as everyone's concerned, this beast is the biggest threat to you for miles. They travel in herds, and the mountains they travel through are within 15 miles, some of them. So it's not rare for one or two to wander off and wound up here.
What about Professor Julian? I thought he was the things that went bump in the night.
Darling, has anyone ever told you that your voice is irksome?
All the time.
She pulls out a little notebook and writes down Amber. And some notes.
After class, Mistake wants to try and talk to Professor Lang.
Okay. She's not very popular.
You don't say!
A lot of people even, as soon as the class is over and she dismisses, they just rush out of there as soon as they can. So, yeah, that's easy to do.
Mistake is very, very nervous about this.
Go on.
But she still walks up to the professor, very timidly.
She does not make eye contact. She's, putting her papers away. And she will just say, are you going to stand there for the rest of the afternoon, or are you going to say something?
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I wasn't bothering. I had a question I thought you might be a good person to ask, if you have a moment.
You have 5 minutes.
Right, should take less than that. I am a bit curious about ways to help heal people outside of spells, for those of us who can't cast.
She rarely blinks. Her eyes are very luminous and yellow, and so she always has this deathly stare when she looks at the class. But when you say that, she blinks a few times. And that is the only sign of any hesitation. And she goes, why the curiosity?
Well, with the things that have been attacking students, I'd much rather just make sure people are okay and not get involved directly. But I can't cast any spells. I'm not always going to have a healing potion or something. If there are other ways that I could help heal people.
You know how I mentioned before that the classroom kind of forms itself? It started to unform and just become swamp again. But as you were talking, it starts forming again, kind of like she wants to enclose the two of you so that nobody hears. She reaches into a drawer and pulls out a vial. A vial of a very oily black substance that you recognize, and she says, do you know what this is?
No, she's Mistake's gonna play down. She's saying, no.
Deception, then.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Also, if I can be an excessive overachiever, it's a 23.
Okay.
I thought I had expertise in this, so I forgot I put it in investigation instead of deception.
A mistake.
Yes, clearly.
She says, I've met many students like you in my years. Students who are not magically inclined. And this is their salvation, most of the time. Recently, however, it's come to my understanding that some of it is defective. This is the only vial I have left of what is pure. And it is about halfway full. And I use half of it on an old friend. your boss. She's doing well, if you were wondering.
I was, thank you.
She will recover for maybe another week and be back to normal. If we don't have this at Strixhaven, we don't have a backup plan. No student has died in our grounds in 200 years. And I'm trying very hard to keep it that way. She puts it back in the same drawer and locks it, and then the drawer kind of lifts up, the vines take it with it.
Are there any other options? Things from outside Arcavios? It's backup plans, I don't know.
If you know anyone who can ship from overseas, sure. Which we do, but it is very difficult to get ingredients from overseas.
Well, that's not concerning in the slightest.
Why?
Sorry, that was sarcasm.
I don't read sarcasm well.
I'll keep that in mind. For what it's worth, I am grateful to you helping Professor Sharpeak.
I'm doing what I can. Any other questions?
If there are ways for a lowly first year to be of assistance, I preemptively volunteer.
That is appreciated. We will let you know, but the safety of our students is Strixhaven's priority, so I cannot legally encourage you to help.
I mean, I meant with other things like writing letters or something, but...
I can write. Well, why would I need help with that?
Well, to save you time.
Interesting. Thank you, I'll let you know.
Sure.
In the meantime, do your homework, please. In fact, I did hear that a couple of owlbears were spotted in the mountains. We've sent some dragon squad up there.
Well, if it does come here, I'm sure I will intimidate it with how well I know how to dissect it.
She does chuckle at that, like, and then she grabs onto a vine and leaves.
Ah, good one. Bye.
Garrett, we never touched on your inclemency class.
Oh, we did not.
It's Silverquill. With Silverquill, you can expect a hell of a lot of talking. So the first week was a lot of that. It is co-taught by the two deans of Silverquill, Dean Ambrose and Dean Shale. The whole first week, they basically just spent the whole time contradicting themselves. However, this week is when they started actually taking turns, as opposed to teaching at the same time. Dean Ambrose, the Dean of Shadow, he walks in, and within 15 minutes of his lecture, a black blob of ink swarms into the room as he's talking. He doesn't bat an eye, he sees it, but he just keeps talking and smirking as he's talking about viciously mocking people. How not only you can do it, but your mascot can help in several ways. And as he's talking, this blob of ink crawls closer and closer to the desks right near you, and out of nowhere the blob just like forms a face and a smile. And then the class ends with him handing out a tiny little bottle of ink to every student. And he says, "Do try to keep this with you at all times. The more bonding you do with your ink, the more it would shape and mold itself after your ideals. Just because it's ink, it doesn't mean it is not listening." And everybody takes their little bottle of ink. A lot of students are very confused since it just looks like ink.
Do we get any instructions on, like, whether we can write with the ink, whether we shouldn't write with the ink?
You shouldn't. write
Okay,
with the
you
ink.
should just keep the ink with you.
Keep the ink with you, and then maybe someday, when the bond is strong enough, you might be surprised. And yeah, beginner's inclemency is very lecture heavy, and this is the first really exciting thing that happens.
Oh, so you did visit them?
Oh yeah, I went this morning.
Are they okay?
My mom's happy. My dad's crazy. He used to be able to remember my age. He thinks I was 13 now.
Did they not before his ticket?
No. I guess that's what happens when you go to school. Your parents forget about you.
Well, did you find out anything about why they got arrested other than your dad's crazy?
Shelley, like, looks around. Are there any owls around?
No.
Shelley's gonna whisper. There's a guy with a mask.
Where?
I don't know. But apparently he's been telling my dad to do things.
Well, that's very bad.
But, the captain said if I told anyone, that she would literally kill me.
That seems worse.
It does seem disproportionate, yes.
Okay, maybe she didn't say that, but don't tell anybody.
Well, don't tell anybody what?
Don't, exactly, cause you're great.
Did he say anything about what this person had him do, or...
Well, the captain told me I'm not very good at being an evil mastermind. So I tried it with my dad. Like, I tried to, I guess, manipulate him into telling me more. But it didn't work.
Okay, so you only know it's a guy with a mask.
So if we see anybody with a mask at all...
Probably not that. Also, you wouldn't see it.
What?
They keep the mask hidden, usually.
What are you talking about?
If this is what I think it is, then usually they disguise themselves so you can't see their mask.
Would you mind elaborating there?
They're called the Oriq. They're supposedly a secret group of... They're not very secret, obviously, because they're just books about them in the scriptoria, so whatever. But they are very power-hungry, very manipulative, deceptive, sneaky. According to the scriptoria, anyway, most of their members are people who tried to join Strixhaven and either dropped out at some point or failed their entry exam. And so now they want to destroy the school.
Oh.
Seems like a bit of a disproportionate reaction again.
It really, really does. I almost understand them in that they think the school is too expensive and prohibitive for people to join, and I get that, but I mean, there are other schools that are cheaper, and if you can come here, then you can always bring stuff elsewhere, teach other people. Destroying the school just seems stupid in every way.
Is there anything that you know about the Oriq that might be able to help us identify who is that?
They try to be a friend. They manipulate people. They infiltrate the school. They could be other students, professors. It could be any of our classmates, our housemates.
I thought they were people who didn't get in or dropped out. How could they be our classmates?
If they infiltrate somehow.
Do you think Tobias is an Oriq?
I have no idea.
Oh wait, no, I tried to be his friend. Never mind.
Right. But they tend to go for people who are more interested in forbidden magics or might feel a bit bitter about the school and therefore willing to join their creepy cult that practices things like blood rituals.
Oh.
So if anyone offers you a mask, don't take it.
Okay. I'm gonna go now. Bye!
Alright.
And Shelley's gonna go to the dragon's lair to just start training.
Oh, the Dragon's Guard base. Okay.
Oh, actually, I had something to do. I'm also leaving. Bye. See you all later.
You're just standing there like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was going to visit Professor Zappi as requested.
Oh boy, very, very similar to your first experience. Band practice is just finishing. And this time, it sounds like it's going very well. It's like, beautiful. Oh, yeah, that's right, trombone. That's right. You play, oh, yeah. And then out of nowhere, the one cymbal is out of key, and you hear thunder. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you, boy? Messing up my tempo. Get the hell out of here. The guy just like runs out crying.
I thought I could play cymbals because it would be easy to trip.
You know what? I'm off my groove. Everybody get the hell out. We'll meet again tomorrow. Oh, god damn it. These worthless students. Oh.
Knock knock?
What? Oh, goodness. Close the door.
Oh, sure. It seems like practice doesn't really go well for you, usually.
You got that damn right. He just kicks over a chair for you. Sit down, Koss.
Alright. You wanted to talk to me about something?
Yes! He's pacing around as you're sitting down. He's like, Koss, I'm gonna level with you. Ain't no damn artist in this damn place that's worth a damn, in my opinion. Okay, some of them come close. But god damn it, sometimes they disappoint, Koss. Why the hell do they gotta disappoint?
Because disappointing is the first step to being adequate at something.
God damn it, Koss! You ain't the goddamn genius. I don't know who the hell is.
Oh, thank you. Glad I could be adequate.
That's right. Now listen, boy. Sorry, person.
Person.
I'm still trying to get used to that, but, you know, I respect your journey. He sits down, he's like, Koss, I have a bone to pick. And he picks up a script. Winter Plague. This is what Captain Dapplewing wants me to run. And then his hand starts firing up, and the script starts lighting on fire. I fucking hate it. And he throws it into a garbage can. It's trash, Koss. It's outdated. It's trash. Okay? I want to modernize the hell out of it. In fact, I want to make an Arcadio spin on it. That's what I want to do. That's what the world needs.
An Arcadio spin?
A modern Arcadio spin, Koss.
You want to write and you play? Or?
No. I want to take this play, this outdated, what's the word? Antiquated?
Relic?
Yes, thank you. This thing is a piece of trash. It's sexist. It is classist. Have you ever heard of the tale of Lilith?
Can I roll myself some... Bardic knowledge isn't a thing, but I guess history? 21.
Yeah, so you know this story. It's a tragic romance between a centaur prince and a satyr princess. And it is indeed very antiquated. There's a lot of religion involved and...
Oh, well, yeah, of course I know. It's a classic.
Right.
You know, and the classics aren't always the best in modern days, I guess.
If by classic you mean goddamn old, then yes. Koss, I want to take this and put a liberal spin on it. And I want to just stamp Arcavios on it, make the people think, goddammit, think! I'm thinking dwarves. You ever heard of dwarves? You ever been involved in that society before? Probably not.
Actually, yes, I have.
Oh.
But I actually lived as a dwarf for a long time.
Huh. Well, goddamn, I just struck gold. I want to make the Centaur Prince a dwarven, lowly individual. Maybe somebody who dealt in iron or something.
Like a craftsman's guild of
Exactly. Can you read minds, Koss?
Not yet.
Okay, because this is getting creepy. And I'm thinking for the princess, let's make her an Orcus or... No, a Leonin. In fact, she's going to be betrothed to a burning hammer. What you think of that?
You're gonna get to play the burning hammer.
I don't know, we can find somebody. Don't we got a burning hammer in this school?
I don't think he would be interested, but I can ask him.
Sure, why not? He can be the protagonist's rival.
Did you say my rival?
Well, Koss, there's something about you. When I picture a leading man, a leading person, I see you.
I don't know about that. I can help with writing the script. I can make some music for it. I don't know about playing any parts on the stage yet.
Why not? You scared of stardom?
I don't do well on stages in front of crowds.
Huh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's tragic. That is very tragic. With that talent of yours, you know, who knows what role you'll take? Come on, that voice needs to be heard.
What about
Shelley.
What about Rosie?
Who's that?
Rosie Muffin was Fiddlums.
Oh no. Is that the LARPer?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's the right height. I'll give you that. How would you look with a beard?
Something like this, actually. And then Koss will change into Rosie with a beard.
Professor Sapphire walks around you, really staring. He's like, you know, given the right lighting, the right backdrop, this could work. Can you paint as a backdrop? You said you painted, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you bring me a sample of your paintings?
I did. They'll pull out a bunch of some like in progress work, which is the tavern scene, the Bozan Tavern.
I heard about this in Strixhaven Star, you know.
Yeah, I'm calling it F Squad.
This is beautiful, Goss. You're my person for this. We need to paint at least 5 different backdrops. We need a dwarven setting, we need a Leonin castle, we need the woods because that's where the two lovers meet, you know, to discuss their affairs and all that. And then finally we need the dueling grounds where the dwarven prince, except in our case it's going to be a dwarven, lowly, working class individual against the burning hammer prince. What you think?
I think it sounds good. Have you considered what the cultural significance would be of transposing it from into Dwarven society out of Centaur society? Because as I understand it, Centaurs don't have the same kind of honor system that Dwarves have as part of their default culture.
Yeah, they don't, but they're from a whole other plane. So, you know, we're allowed to do whatever we want, right? We can take something from a different culture and then appropriate it. Why not? What's wrong with that?
I don't know if I agree with that.
Fine, alright, fine. I'll let you proofread the script with me.
Alright, thank you.
We can figure something out.
Sounds good, sounds good.
I refuse to direct something so goddamn antiquated. I feel like Captain Dapplewing's just doing this to save face, to appeal to the masses, and be like, oh, this is a classic. I don't give a damn about classics. I care about art. And this is trash.
One question.
Yeah?
Can we make it a musical?
God damn it, Calls. Get the hell out of here before I call you a genius again.
Okay. I'm gonna work on some songs.
It is the evening of like maybe 3rd state. Usually around like the equivalent of like 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. there's more noise downstairs, more like students hanging out after school. But after 6, it gets very quiet. Everybody goes off to have dinner, goes to the Bozan Tavern or to the Fire Jolt Cafe. And the Burning Hammer Hall in Moorhold is pretty empty, save for a few Clockwork servants walking around and maybe a couple janitors. And then eventually Professor Mirsha does wander up there. First the monkey shows up because of course Lalo is way faster and
Probably much better at climbing.
a lot better at climbing, so he shows up first. You're like reading a book, I presume, and then Lalo just kind of hops up to like the balcony.
I don't have any treats for you. Do you accept ear scratches?
Can you do an animal? Just for funsies.
That's a 15.
Okay, yeah, he walks over to you and like sniffs the book, recognizes the smell of the book. And then he allows you to pat him. And eventually you see Professor Mirsha's shadow emerging from the stairwell as he shows up. This is very not common place to meet.
That was kind of the point.
Is something wrong?
Well, yes.
Okay. He takes a seat in like the stairs. I don't understand why you couldn't say this in my office, but go on.
Well, because there is a owl with keen hearing near your office. Also very easy to eavesdrop from the hallway.
Quint has made... Professor Kant has made a habit of taking more walks so that I can enjoy my privacy. Yes, it is very not ideal to have Captain Dapplewing knowing what we're talking about all the time. But she is a very, I don't want to say paranoid woman, but she's a very paranoid woman, mistake.
I'd just call her a bitch.
I would get fired if I said that.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to like you.
She doesn't like me and Quint. Professor Kant. Sorry. Quint and I went to school together. You must understand. Old habits die hard. What is it you wanted to say?
Well, first I wanted to ask why she doesn't like either of you. Now, Professor Khan, I almost understand, considering I've seen him explode his office twice and I've been here a week and a half.
I'd like some kind of check. You can tell he's on the fence about telling you, given that even though he endorsed you or sponsored you, he's doesn't know you that well.
Yeah.
You know, so like.
Well, that's a 7.
No, he doesn't.
That said, I also have inspiration. That's still a 7.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
So sad.
I meant to have it.
Womp womp. So, that's
Yeah, he's very skeptical. You can tell he has his reservations. So in the end, all he says is, "Have you ever heard of the phrase, 'Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it'?"
Yes, from your class.
Exactly. Professor Khan and I believe that very strongly. And some people, like Captain Dapplewing, don't quite understand the signs when they see them. That is all I am at liberty to say.
Alright,
Did you do your research?
I did. And I have reason to believe you are correct. They are here. And have made contact with someone who works with the school.
This is new information. Who is this?
That's all I am at liberty to say.
There's the hint of a smirk on his lips as he stands up and buttons up his blazer. He's like, "Mistake, you have a bright future ahead of you, you know that." And he calls Lalo up to his shoulder. "Is there anything else you wanted to say?"
I wanted to know whatever it was you and Professor Khan were talking about me regarding.
It is something Professor Khan wanted, not me. He is continuously insisting, even though he has an owl following him at all times. He does not understand that probation is... He's this close to being fired, Mistake. And I don't want to get my best friend fired. Okay?
Wonderful, so if you tell me whatever it is, then he'll stop harassing you.
Mistake, I do not appreciate the pushing. I like you. In fact, I endorsed you because I believed in you, but there are some things that students should not get involved in because it is very dangerous.
Oh, you mean like the numerous pieces of furniture that have already tried to kill me?
There are worse things than furniture, Mistake.
Sure.
Many worse things.
I quite understand that, considering one of them is threatening my friend right now.
What friend?
Friend who happens to be from Witherbloom Swamp. So, I'm sure you know why we choose our names. I very much lived up to mine. Right now, I don't know what's going on, but I seem to be being targeted, or just have miraculously bad luck. Either way, I don't really like it.
Neither do I. He gets very uncomfortable very quickly and says, "I need to go. I'm sorry."
Mistake kind of is upset, paces a little bit, and then just kind of slumps against the ground. It's like, good job. You did good. Definitely making friends.
Hello everyone! Thank you for joining us again this week. This episode was recorded in Watertown, Massachusetts, also known as the traditional land of the Pecosset and Nanantam peoples. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. We've provided a link to their web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our talented players, Tyler Rubin, Amelia Markopoulos, Rin Garnett, Michael Yang, and Nikki Aguilar-Thompson. I've been your host and DM, Alex Aguilar-Thompson, and I hope to see you here again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio.
I'm gonna do my last roll to see if I break Griff's headphones.
Oh man.
Nope. Alright, they're fine.
You're too good, Garrett.
Yeah. Doesn't break the headphones.
You just hear Bartholomew's voice.
Sir, if you hear this message, please get back to me immediately. Your father's sending a tailor to your tower in a few weeks.
Oh, right, Griff. Your father is sending a tailor to your tower in a few weeks.
Oh, is this for?
You're very good at being grumpy.
I was gonna ask, if I'm part of your entourage, do you think I should also get some clothing tailored?
Those costs also going to the tower.
Okay. If this tailor comes, I have to get 5 people, or I get to bring 4. I get to bring 4 people.
It was you plus 4, but if you want to bring an additional housemate or classmate, that's fine. I mostly want to do this like a partner.
Card has to come.
If you want a date, if you want to bring Rampart.
Oh wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was designed for this express purpose.
Yeah. It's
I
almost
was
like
looking at Alex, I was counting 5, and I was like, we all can't go.
Yeah, Alex, you can't go.
I'm sure you'll
First of all, I'm
survive.
gonna be your dad. So.